All right, so the first cluster of disorders that we're going to talk about in detail are anxiety disorders. And anxiety disorders all kind of have the same root, okay? And the reason why they're clustered together is it's kind of the physiological response that goes behind each of these each of these clusters of disorders. So the first one is anxiety, okay? And the specific one we're going to talk about is generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD. Now, basically, this is kind of has a cluster of emotional cognitive symptoms, including worrying, having anxious feelings and thoughts about many subjects, and sometimes this free-floating anxiety with no attachment to any subject. So there's nothing specific necessarily that is causing the anxiety, which is what you'll see in some of the other anxiety disorders. Rather, it's just kind of this general kind of floating feeling of kind of constant anxiety. And the anxious anticipation can interfere with concentration and other things like that. Now, the physical symptoms include autonomic arousal, trembling, sweating, fidgeting, agitation, and sleep disruption. Um, and GAD tends to hit women more often than it hits men. However, there are men that have it, such as Billy Joe from Green Day. He is, reported to come out saying that he has generalized anxiety disorder. And, it tends to just be an emotionally draining disorder because you're constantly in this autonomic arousal. So your body's getting depleted, you're anxious all the time, concentration, all of those things kind of happen. So it can be a very exhausting disorder. Now, coupled with that comes with panic disorder, which is kind of this I'm dying feeling. And a panic attack is not just an anxiety attack. A panic attack can include many minutes of intense dread and terror, chest pains, choking, numbness, or other frightening physical sensations. Patients feel that they're certain that it's having a heart attack. And in fact, a lot of trips to the ER for kind of believed heart attacks are actually panic attacks. The need of a feeling to escape. And panic disorder, though, refers to repeated and unexpected panic attacks, as well as a fear that the next attack and a change in behavior to avoid a panic attacks, including things like agoraphobia, which is not leaving the house because you're so afraid that you're going to have a panic attack and that you're not going to be able to escape, that you start to kind of just become housebound. Now, in all of these videos, I'm making them really short and kind of just to the point about the major symptoms of these disorders, and we're going to spend a lot of time in class talking about them in more detail and seeing some examples. All right, so next time we are going to talk about specific phobias.